Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and on today's show we're going to actually be looking at the difference between mining and grinding the Trellium A. Yes, we're going to actually be looking at the difference. Now, I did cover this briefly in the main video for the Mirror Universe, but we're going to go into a little bit deeper and actually, compare a warship and a miner and find out which one is adequately best. Now, what you'll see scrolling through the screen at the minute is actually a list of systems where all the Trellium mining systems are located. Those with the letter D on the end of it will be the ones for the Trellium D. Now, we're not going to cover them in this video because they are literally all located in the uncommon area. And I have had a quick look at some of them. They are literally all in the uncommon area. And obviously uncommon rift tickets are a little bit harder to come by. So these are not, in the 40s, these are not going to be something you are actively going to be going after quite a lot of. So we're going to literally focus on the Trellium A. And that's about it. So with all these systems, I will be using a particular system to do both the grinding and the mining, because luckily we can get away with it in that particular system. So now, have I got the names listed? Or no, it looks like I've got all the mining ones. So if we change that back to default. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this particular system here. This is a Trellium A system. And given the fact that just underneath its nice little image there, it's got the Explorer symbol, so that tells me that is a warship system. So that's going to be easy enough to go to. Now you can go down if you wanted to this system. It is a warship and a mining system, and yet surprisingly oh yes, it is in the list. Sorry, I just can't see it. It is a premium system, but we're not going to focus on the premium system neither, because again, those tokens are very difficult to come by. Now, one thing I do want to point out is in the last video, I did say that there was only this particular route as a connection to the uncommon. No, there isn't. There is another route. Someone was nice enough to point out in the comments on that video, but of course, obviously, that video is already done and dusted. And so just to correct the error today between Han and the system we're going to today, which is Uruk, there is the connection that will take you into Arcanus and down to Etala as well. So that will take you into the uncommon systems. So it is between Han and and the other one. I don't want to keep trying to pronounce it because I'm getting it messed up in my head. So, when it comes to mining or grinding, sorry, I'm just reading my notes and I just found something that does make absolute no sense. Need to know where you're, oh yeah, it's just one word missing, literally one word. So, when it comes to mining or grinding, you basically need to know where you are going to so you can plan your route out effectively. Because the one thing that you'll find, as I'm sure you have found by now, is the fact it takes time to go through the systems. Now, I'm estimating to get to the system that we want to go to is going to take me around about 4 minutes to actually do, starting at Mirror Wolf. So, to show you the ships I'm going to be using, first of all, I'm going to be using the Newton, and again, I'm just using the max loot crew, some critical, isolytic, and some extra weapons damage from Mariner there. So that is exactly what I'm going to be using. If it has appeared on screen as well, I will just quickly state, yes, there is a score fixture up which starts just under half an hour from the time of the start of recording. So if you find that actually starts changing to a score, yes, England are playing today in their first match of the Euros. So come on, England. But it is Serbia. We are apparently favourites to win the tournament, but hey, that's a different story. So I'm using max loot on my Newton. Now, when it comes to the miner, I'm going to be using the USS Hydra All my miners are exactly the same tier. And I'm going to be running this particular crew. Fess, Quark, 10 of 11. Now, shout out here to Lord L from my alliance, who actually gave me a screenshot of the crew he was using. Of course, he didn't have Fess in the captain's seat. He had a rock. But the one thing is, Fess has the captain's ability, which is mining speed. Now, as you can see, with synergy with Quark, he is 90%. So that's a good start to begin with. So that's going to change my figures because his base stats is actually only 55%. So then next up, of course, you've got Quark's mining ability, which is increasing by an extra 120%. So there we go. We've got 210% now when it comes to mining. And then 10 of 11 is giving me an extra 140. So that's now taking me to 350%, which is a nice little bonus, in all honesty. But if we actually look at the miners mining bonus as well, it is 2200. So added the extra 350 on, so it's 2550 that we're going to actually have as a mining bonus, which basically means we're going to be able to mine faster. Now, what I will say is, do not worry if you are in the low 40s and you don't have any of the crews that I've showed you. Stick to your standard crews, because I'm going to tell you this now, and obviously, by all means, stick around for the video so you can actually see the comparison. But trust me, so far what I found, grinding is where it is at, like I said in the last video. But we're going to show you some hard numbers today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start deploying these ships. And what we're going to do is we're going to see as well of just how long it takes us to actually get there. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put both ships currently in the rift, ready to go through. As you saw, there's about a 2-second difference there. It looks like I did actually put the miner just a little bit further to the other side. Sorry, excuse me. So, yeah. Now, there is one other thing I do want to point out, which I've not mentioned yet. I didn't mean to do that. And that is Fess's below deck ability, which is decreasing your protected cargo by X%. The higher tier he is, the less damage it actually does, which is good. However, that's redundant in this video today. Absolutely redundant, because it means jack squat. It means jack squat. Because if you remember the video, you have no protected cargo in Mirror Universe. So realistically, that ability is absolutely useless. This is where Fess now will really come into your game. And, well, in my opinion, he will come into your game and actually be valuable for you to use as part of the speed mining crew. So, now, of course, you can go full synergy if you want, adding that extra 45% on top. But when you actually think about that 45% in comparison to 140, it's a 95 difference. So I'd probably stick with the with what you've got. So, as you can see, I've got 900 keys left. We'll be able to show you the refinery quickly of actually pulling these things. I won't be able to show the exit come off. Pure and simple, the ship's not docked, and I want both these ships at the same time, so it's less editing and we get a good comparison. So here we go for the run through. Remember, the timers are going to appear above where Fess's ears are. So when we get to that first system, you're going to see what I'm going to do, how much time I've actually got left to mine. And believe me, it's going to be less than 20 minutes. So let's crack on, get these ships over there and get some work done. Now, while these are traveling to the Nexus one to go to Deneb for me, if you really wanted to, for lower 40s, you can go after these 40s. You don't have to go as high as the 45 systems that I'm going to. Realistically, it'll probably be easier to grind in these systems because you'll gain an extra roundabout 2 or 3. You're going to have like that extra 4 or 5 minutes to actually, I don't know why I just did that, to actually, you know, grind out some points. So it is worth you actually doing that if you so wish. Archer. And again, see, there's forties in this one as well. So by all means, go kill the forties. And like I say, you will have that extra time. Now, in comparison, I would probably say 3 or 4 minutes, given how long I think I'm going to take to get there. You think about your kill timers, which is 5 seconds. So you're going to get an extra 12 kills per minute. Now, there's a slight problem with that. They're not all going to be clumped up into one particular area. So you're not going to have like 24, 36 hostiles all clumped in one area for you to go literally kill one after the other. So realistically, you've got to take travel time into account. So you'd probably looking actually a little bit more. I don't know why I keep doing that. You'll be looking more at actually just, you know, another 20 kills extra on top of what I'm going to be able to do in this system. Now, I am going to run the timers out. As you can see so far with the Newton, I've got just under 17.5 minutes. And yeah, there's literally about a 7-second difference between both ships so far. And so basically I'm already 3 minutes down and I've not even got to, I've not even got there yet. So this is where part of the, this is where part of the problem is for this area, is just literally traveling between the systems. So luckily we've only got one more system to go, and here we go. So that's the one we want. Obviously lag is also going to play a major part in this as well. So if you are experiencing heavy lag in your game before you go after this, just don't go in here if you're experiencing that lag, because you're just going to be wasting your timer. So, but as you can see here, the oh god, the Hydra is running about 9 seconds behind the Newton at the current. So we're going to send the Newton in, and the Hydra is going to follow. Now I'm going to pick a bloody thing. I am going to pick a node closest to me, because it will make it a lot easier for me to switch over. Why that didn't switch over, I don't know. So here we go into the system then. I'm going to jump on this node right here. As you can see, the mining rate is 13,482. We'll do some maths on that a little bit later. So let's just watch the timer and see how much time we're going to have. 15 minutes, 23 seconds. So basically, it's only 25% the difference. Now, literally, my miner's OPC already. So that means that level 62 there, he can come and absolutely screw me over right now by popping my ship. So, but obviously he's grinding a minute, so that's absolutely fine. So we're going to start the grinding. What I'm going to do is go to near the end of the timers, jump the edit right here to the end, so you can actually see me leave the system, hopefully with both ships intact, and then obviously see how much loot we've got. But you can already see so far, just before we go, 226 in my hold, and the miner's only at 170. So that's already showing you the fact that grinding is a lot faster. Now, of course, if you are in the G5, you're going to have the, most likely going to have the Nova. So that's going to be a bonus for you. Now, so yeah. So here we go. I shall be back in around about 14 minutes time. Right, I'm stopping there with the grinding because, well, I don't want to risk getting destroyed. For the simple fact is, you can see there, nearly 7,000 already. And yeah, I still got less than 2.5 minutes left. And as you can see by the miner, it's still mining and it's not even got 3,000 yet. So that is the stark difference right there. Obviously, we're still going to go right to the end to actually, you know, finish it all off and make sure that I show you these numbers correctly. But you're already seeing a massive difference. I'm more than twice the amount of cargo of the miner. Now, if we actually look at the miner's rate, and then if we actually have a quick look at the calculator. So when you're actually looking at this, so the mining rate for this is 13,482. Now we had around about 15 minutes of time. So if we actually did divide by 4, so realistically, that is what the miner ideally should be bringing home. So we should be around there, maybe the 3,400 mark by the time the timer actually finishes. But realistically, I mean, looking at the rate it's going up at, I'm not convinced about that. Now, I know there is a piece of research. I haven't mentioned it yet because I want to bring it in now. Because this is going to be another part which is going to make you decide whether or not mining or grinding is actually better. So far, you can clearly see grinding is actually better for this. Now, I've got to remember where it is. It's in the mirror tree, isn't it? Here's the mining one. As you can see, I'm currently locked behind the ops level. I need to be ops 51 before I can go any further. So realistically, 6,000%, while that's a massive improvement on its base rate, yeah, you can see the rate it's going up at. It's not going up very fast whatsoever. So, yeah, I can't say the fact that this is actually going to be beneficial. Obviously, we do have this one as well, so I'm getting an extra 90% to loot. So if you are working on this one, by all means, work on it. Get it as high as you can possibly go for your ops level, because I'm sure it's going to be ops locked. As you can see, I need 3,500 before I can do this again. But it's going to give me that extra loot as well. So this one is actually going to be more important to you going through the 40s. Once you get into the 50s, I'm sure the Nova mines are a lot faster with a decently tiered Nova in comparison to a G4 miner. So, yeah. Now, as you can see, the timers have finished, and we have finished with the miner at 3,460. So that's actually an extra 110. So an extra 90. So that's not particularly too bad. But wait, when you compare it to the Newton at 6,893, you're kind of thinking, yeah. But the one thing is as well, when you are grinding, as I mentioned in the last video, you are getting the mega chests. And if we open up the mega chest, what we're going to get, here we go, it's right next to the camera, an extra 8,560. Okay, extra 8,560. So let's actually tally all that up, shall we? So 8,560. Oh, no, not minus, plus. Let's collect that. Because we've got the number in the screen already, so we don't need to worry about it. Call up the Newton. 893. 15,453. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to put this screenshot in editing because sadly, I don't have it available for me to pull right now because it is on cooldown. It's still 8 hours. But that's actually enough for me. If the screenshot concurs with me, that's enough for me to do a 2 chest pull on one day. That is enough for me to do a 2 chest pull. And that was just a single grind. Now, as you can see, the vouchers are open here as well. So we'll click on this to show you the vouchers and the cooldown timer on this one. So like I said, there is a chance on them. If we click on the eye, it's going to tell us there is has 2 chances. 5% per chance. Oh my god. Really? 5% chance to pull one of the consumables. Oh my god. There's a 3-day cooldown. Oh my god. I didn't know that. I really did not know that. 5% chance to pull them. And all we got is the 900 vouchers. So you can't even rely on getting one of those consumables, getting the mining consumable, which is something you generally need to help. I mean, as I said, I've got a 350% boost with just the officers, 2200 with the ship itself, 2500% in total. That extra 300% would have been nice. It would have been nice. But yeah. Wow. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so there you go. Looks like the match is started. So I better get going down there and put the TV on and start supporting my country. So as you can see, I don't know why that's actually happened there, view. But yeah, the time has gone. If you caught the time, it did say 2 days, 19 hours. So it's just under 3 days by 4 hours. But yeah, so there you go. Realistically then, in the 40s, I'm Ops 49, right? I've showed you the research. I can't go above level 3, so it's only a 6,000% increase of mining. Coupled on top with the officers, I've got the... Oh, hang on, sorry. It's a little bit higher than that, because I forgot to actually... if we could just get the... How about I get my arse out of the way? Here we go. Oh, no, I'm pressing locate. That's why. Below deck, I've actually got Dixon Hill. Added an extra 30% on. So, yeah. But anyway, there it is. So, now you've seen the numbers. Now you get to make the choice. Let me know in the comment section what you've chosen. Are you going to let this thing grind out its 3,460? Yes, you will be able to actually get a little bit more going to the premium system because you're going to be able to get there a little bit faster. However, you're not always going to have those premium tokens. Just remember that. So, now I will look at the Trillium D one when I get up there. Obviously, by then I will have the Nova. So, we are talking like a few months down the line here. I'm not going after the Trillium D anytime soon. But, realistically, at the minute, mining that Trillium is a complete and utter waste of time until you actually get into G5. But if you want to sit there and just take that 3,000 in 15 minutes, crack on. Until then, I'm Admiral Pegasus. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next one. Goodbye.